Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for April 2nd, 2025. We've got Rising Sun, Cornguild's dual set, and our prophecy is bureaucracy. Okay, but we do have a lot of trashing to try to stay on top of that. River Shrine, Mountain Shrine. Mountain Shrine in particular, because it draws once there's an action in the trash, can do a lot to help provide control. I guess the other thing... Oh, no, wait. Okay, so we do have plus buy from Fishmonger, as well as gains from Craftsman and Horn of Plenty. So there is like a lot on there. Oh, Tea House. It's a Riverboat card. So there's 3 different prophecy cards. We have plus actions from Litter only. Riverboat can sort of give you plus actions, but it is terminal the turn you play it, so also sort of not. Draw is Litter, Carnival, and Mountain Shrine. So we probably want to open... Probably want to open River Shrine, Mountain Shrine. I think we do want to try to do a Horn Megaturn thing. It's going to be tricky with bureaucracy, of course, but... And how does credit play into this? Probably doesn't, because we want these debt cost cards anyway. I mean, you know, we could potentially credit some stuff later, but... I mean, I guess I could see the argument for double Mountain Shrine. But there are cheap cards that we want to gain, as well as expensive cards. I guess I'd mention Root Cellar as a source of draw. I mean, with Horn, we potentially don't need to pay off debt ever, right? So we could draw a lot with Root Cellar, and then just play Horns to gain stuff and not worry about paying off debt. I mean, not like immediately, but like eventually that could be the game plan. I think, honestly, I think that makes quite a bit of sense. There's also like Craftsman. I don't know that we're going to want to bother with Craftsman because it's terminal and Horn isn't, but yeah. Which suggests that we won't bother with Fishmonger, which seems fine. But yeah, we'd also be generating debt from Litter. Well, anyway. Yeah, I think I'm down for the River Shrine, Mountain Shrine thing. They go Fishmonger. I don't know if they had a 5 or a 2/5, but it's interesting. Oh, perfect. Okay. No? Oh, yeah. Yes, they did. Yes. Okay. No, we are not going to buy a Mountain Shrine. But what are we going to gain? So we do need to get at least 1 Horn into our deck before we want to start loading up on Root Cellars, probably. So that might suggest that what we should take is Alley, because that's not terminal and everything else is. And it is a unique that will help us with the Horn thing and potentially help us decollide our terminals. Yeah, we are going to need to hit 5, so I think we go Alley first, and then... Yeah, this is unfortunate. This is the turn where we would have liked to hit 5. We could credit a Horn. The downside to that is that in addition to taking on additional debt, we like, I'm not even sure that, you know, like, I don't know that Horn would have been the first 5 I would have wanted anyway, right? It's we likely can only gain a 3 cost with it, although that might be good enough. If we see River Shrine, like, or Mountain Shrine plus Alley plus Copper plus Horn, we can get 4 cost. We'd really like to be able to get 5 cost. But River Shrine is if you didn't gain any cards in your buy phase. So if we do hit the Horn, we're not going to be able to gain a card with River Shrine. But that's probably fine. I mean, the other thing we could do is take one more Alley, and we'd be very likely to hit 5 in the coming shuffle, I think, if we're willing, especially if we're willing to trash the River Shrine with the Mountain Shrine. It's a tough call. It's a tough call. Like, how... I guess the question... Yeah, if we... I don't know. If we credit for Horn, I just feel like we're not actually helping ourselves that much right now. I'm kind of leaning for the second Alley for now, and then try to hit 5 in the normal way. Although, I mean, if we do end up seeing River Shrine and not Mountain Shrine at the top of the shuffle, what are we going to take with that? I mean, I guess we would go ahead and take Root Cellar, probably. Oh. It's a tough call. I guess I'm gonna go with Ellie. Okay, so we can do exactly what I said. I think if we're gonna do that, we still want to cycle with Alley to try to find our estate to trash. Well, yeah. I mean, we hit 5 here even if we discard the River Shrine, so maybe we don't bother to trash it. Alright, now do we want Litter or do we want Horn of Plenty? Right now, we cannot gain a card, like a 5-cost card, with Horn, is the thing. But I still think it's better... Like, we'll get to that point soon enough. We might be able to just buy a 5-cost, another 5-cost next, so... Okay. This time we almost certainly are going to trash the River Shrine because we want to see our Horn. Oh, that means we should discard the estate. Yeah, okay. All right. So this has got to be Root Cellar. Oh, Bureaucracy's active. Oh, fug. I'm not ready for that. I mean, we need to go litter. Oh, we can receive tribute? Three differently named action cards you don't have copies of in play. What would that be? That would be litter. Another mountain shrine. And another root cellar, I guess. I'd like another mountain shrine, but I think I said it'd be litter, root cellar, and it doesn't really work very well because there's so many terminals. Well, I mean, okay, I guess right now we only have one terminal because we trashed the river shrine. We could take another river shrine just to try to like more aggressively clean coppers. Litter, root cellar, river shrine. That probably does make sense. Concerned that we're taking on too much copper, but I don't know how else to go about this. Wait, what? No! What? Oh! Damn! I thought... I was confused about the... God damn it. And then, of course, I can't undo. I thought... Like, yeah, see, it has this little icon right now, right? And it didn't have the icon. What the fuck? I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. Okay, well... So we are probably going to want to receive tribute. Let's see. We could use another horn. We use another mountain shrine, but we need a litter before we can do that. Once we have two horns, we can get to receive tribute. And then we go like, hell, actually the receive tribute isn't very good at that point, is it? Yeah. I swear this didn't have this icon. I don't know. Am I crazy? Oh, I fucked that up. I don't know why I thought that that order didn't matter. It totally did. It totally did. Alright, we're gonna buy a river shrine this turn, I guess. What else do we need? We need more draw. Probably... You go like... Litter Carnival? I think we need to take the draw before we take the horns. Like Litter Carnival, River Shrine. I'm still annoyed about that received tribute thing. I was like, why is this active? Oh, well, whatever. I'll accept it. This UI usually is like pretty good about telling you about that sort of thing. Yeah, I shouldn't be surprised that Carnival is not going to do a great job of drawing here. All right, we'll see. I would... Okay, yeah, we do this first. Okay, so now we go... We need another litter. Maybe just 2 more. And a mountain shrine. And then we can... Maybe we get 1 more horn this turn? Can we get away with that? Maybe we can get away with that. Are we trashing 4 coppers a turn if we see everything with River Shrine and 2 mountain shrines? And then gaining 4 back with 3 horns and a buy. Except that we might not have a buy next turn because we might be in too much debt. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... that. Uh-oh. Okay. I think I'm going to prioritize River Shrine trashing here. This is probably another litter. It could be another horn, though. We are going to need to pay attention to our uniques as well, right? We got Mountain Shrine, River Shrine, Carnival, Horn, Litter, Root Cellar, Alley, Copper. So we actually do have 8 uniques already. All right. Well, I'm not going to worry about that too much. In theory, we should have enough actions, but I think I'm going to take the Litter. Well, we drew this time. All right, we're going to take the last 3 horns so that we have them all. And now, if we can draw our deck, we can take 6 provinces and basically win the game. Wait, why am I not playing this Carnival first? I don't know. I guess it's hard to know when to play it anyway. That looks like a pretty drawn deck. Another interesting question is, do we actually trash? Well, we have to if we want to gain all the provinces, I guess. Or we have to play the River Shrine. We don't have to trash. But we probably should anyway. Is there any argument for waiting? They've got 4 horns. If they were to take 4 provinces, we'd be able to take... Right now, we have exactly 8 coins in our deck, so like, if we were to pay this off and then take like 1 card that would add like a copper to our deck, then next turn we'd be able to pay off 1 more debt and buy another province. I don't know what card we'd be taking. I think it probably just doesn't matter whether we wait or not, honestly. I think I'm just not going to. 6 provinces is pretty good. Even if it does come with 6 coppers. I can't really imagine how the AI like comes back from this, especially because it will have to trash horns to get duchies. So like, even if it takes us a couple turns to climb out of this and grab like 1 more province, I really think it matters. They still have an estate? So yeah, we're looking good despite the received tribute bungling. What is like the deal with that anyway? Should have looked at that during my horn turn. That would have been a good time to see like, oh yeah, we've definitely gained at least 3 different cards. All right, progress. The progress is real, undeniable. We did, oh yeah, we did play both. Okay. Paid off debt. Now, we have enough money in our deck to buy a province if we can manage to get there. If we can't, well, whatever. Figure something out. I'm sure. Like we're not that far from half VP. We could buy duchies if we needed to. Rather not. I think the AI is playing so slow because it has no capacity to win the game. I'm guessing. I don't know. Okay, but what is it? What is it doing now? Do we even trash copper? I guess not. I mean, it feels bad not to, but you want to get a province. Do we want to draw further? I mean, I guess maybe if it allows us to. Well, what could it allow us to do? We've seen both of our mountain shrines. They never got a mountain shrine. Whoa, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, I might have made a mistake here. I might have made a mistake here. All right, let's go ahead and trash some copper then, because we're not hitting province anyway. We could buy another mountain shrine. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't consider that playing that route slower was likely to leave me worse off than... Well, I mean, I did consider that it might not be actively helpful, but then I was like, oh, I have a bunch of provinces down here. I don't want to just leave those on top. But in point of fact, the fact that I had provinces is why I couldn't afford to pay off the debt once I played it. Oh well, whatever. Gosh, this is taking a long time though. All right, there it goes. Horn to duchy. It's gonna happen sometime. Do they not have the ability to get a province off of it? Because they really should take one province off of it. Like, there's no way you're winning without that province. So they could, they should, but maybe they can't. I don't know. Maybe we can just win on piles. And the thing is, we don't have any plus buy in our deck, and we don't have any horns, so that's pretty hard. But interesting. They chose not to buy anything, maybe because they don't want to take more coppers. But they also like horn from their alley. I don't know what's going on. Man. Guess we can take a fishmonger. I just wish this wasn't so slow. I don't, you know, this is, it's like, given the way that this board is set up, it's not super surprising that the end game is dragging out like this. Of course, a human player would have resigned. But, like, I don't really care. It's just that, you know, the AI's turns are so much slower, and I'm sure it's because, well, I'm not sure, but I feel confident that it's because it's like, oh, you know, I'm trying so hard to find a way. How can I win? Like, well, you can't. And even it is at the point where if it gains more cards, like victory cards, it's going to empty the coppers, and the litters are down to 1. So I could buy it. You know, I could credit for a litter and empty those. Anytime now. Gaining a carnival really isn't going to help with that whole copper pile situation, you know? Surely you should take the province. Like, okay, well, if we can turn our deck over, we can end the game. I don't know that we will be able to turn our deck over, but assuming we can get to 2 coins, I guess, which I think we will be able to do that. What? Oh, because, okay. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. We can buy the litter straight up. Straight up. We can buy a mountain shrine instead of a copper. That's nice. Yeah, I don't know how many turns we sat there spinning our wheels. I guess we could check. This is, I think, like, so this was turn 12. So we spent 3 turns wheel spinning. That's actually not as bad as I thought. Yeah, it's just because the AI's turns are slow. I think, honestly, I think I just, like, it didn't, in a sense. I mean, obviously, there's ways to, if you put your mind to it, to lose a game from basically any position. Like, in which you don't have, I don't know, like half EP with no trashing or something along those lines. But I I think once I got the 6 horns, it was just like over. Like, maybe there's a world where I get the 6 horns and the AI can hit 5 provinces with its 4 horns um plus a buy. I mean, it did have a fishmonger, so I guess maybe it could have even done better than that in theory eventually. And like, then, with my 6 horns, I can gain, like, yeah. I mean, if it could somehow play 4 horns for provinces and buy 2 provinces or something like that, like, but realistically, there was no way it was going to do that for like ages and ages. So I think, you know, more plausibly, it's like maybe it gets to 5 provinces, something like that, and then even in that scenario, I gain 3 provinces and 3 duchies and buy a duchy. I guess, yeah, no, I guess that would be short if it managed to get 5 provinces. I don't know that its deck was capable of doing that, like buying a province, like that it had enough draw, like debt-free draw. I mean, the deck state it had at the end was very different than the deck state it had along the way, but yeah. Regardless, I think I basically had the game won once I got the 6 horns, like in practice. Like, maybe, like if you count the gains, like maybe I could have won, but like I think in practice, and I think I probably could have chosen to like end the game, by, instead of just taking the 6 provinces immediately, by waiting a turn or two and then doing it and putting myself in a position where my last couple turns weren't dragging out like that. But I actually do think, because of what I was just talking about, where, like, in theory, if they take the first shot at greening, that like I could be in a worse position. I do think it made more sense to do what I did, and there's like very little risk to that, especially because like if I hadn't, like, I was kind of not really putting a lot of thought into it, but if I hadn't played the root cellar that one turn, I would have been able to buy another province, and that, like, well and truly would have sealed the deal. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a bit of a mess. But yeah, I guess it seems like maybe the AI did not invest in enough trashing. So it did have this 2-5 split, which was not the best. However, it could have opened double Mountain Shrine, and I think that's what I would have done in that position. Like, if you're going to, well, yeah. If it was a 5-2, I think I might open Mountain Shrine credit for River Shrine. But on a 2-5, I think I wouldn't take Fishmonger. I think I would go Mountain Shrine. And then, yeah, so the fact that it never had a Mountain Shrine, so it did have the River Shrine, but it didn't gain more trashing. And I think, I mean, I did end up trashing my River Shrine, but I did gain one back within a couple turns. I don't know. It just felt like, I mean, for one thing, they never trashed their last estate, like, which is weird. But yeah, it just felt like my deck took off like faster. Maybe they just... Well, they got Horn the same time that I did. I'm not sure what exactly happened. Oh, okay. I want to do this. It does have the icon now. Did I just miss that? I don't... No, I could have sworn it didn't have the icon. Huh. Yeah, that's really weird. It's also interesting that we ended up only taking the one root cellar. It's not really where I was expecting to go with this, but, you know, it worked fine. Well, yeah, like I said, I don't really have a great explanation for why the AI seemed like it was so far behind, but very Rising Sun Kingdom. Like, I know this. What do we have? Young Witch and Carnival. And Horn. Right, Horn is really the standout card that's not Rising Sun, but it felt very Rising Sun. All these deck cost cards, the Shadow cards, and the Prophecy. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.